Hello YouTube, how to avoid conflicts and not succumb to provocations in online communication, advice from a conflictologist. The conflict expert told how to stop being provocative on the internet. The destroyed state, uncertainty about the future, the remoteness of friends and relatives are the main causes of general anxiety and depression. It is often even more difficult for refugees abroad, because other problems are added. A language and cultural barrier, peculiarities of interaction with doctors, a feeling of loneliness and guilt for leaving their homeland. All these difficulties cause a wave of unpleasant feelings, helplessness, excessive irritability and outbursts of anger. In addition to this, we stress when texting in messengers, because not everyone follows the hygiene of online communication. Now they are the main source of information and a communication tool, so it is important to prevent the transfer of negative emotions to chats. This will avoid unnecessary conflicts and provocations during correspondence. Hostile provocations on the web, what they are. What is the nature of provocations in communication? How do they arise and what are they? Provocation is one of the types of violence in communication, which consists in inciting another person to some action, or inaction, behavior or reaction. Online provocation is a type of violence that leads to conflict and manipulation. Among the most common of them are trolling, bullying, disputes, attacks, slander, frapping, happy slapping, dissing. The consequences of provocation can be disastrous or very harmful to a person's mental health. That is why it is so important to recognize them and respond appropriately to them. How now, during the war, does the enemy use quarrels and conflicts in the information space? First of all, quarrels cause a strong emotional reaction, in connection with which the interlocutors think less critically and rationally. Secondly, emotionally charged topics usually attract more attention than dry facts. The enemy uses intense discussions to discredit or demoralize individuals or populations. Thus, he tries to switch the attention of a wide audience on important issues to trifling ones. Can aggression be a healthy way to deal with stress? How to respond to disputes? How to assess when they will improve their emotional state, and in which case they will worsen? The first step is to assess whether the conflict violates personal boundaries, threatens personal security, comfort and beliefs. Secondly, analyze whether you have an emotional and energy resource for a productive confrontation. If the conflict is a threat to you, and there are no forces for confrontation, beware of the development and aggravation of the conflict, because you will only harm yourself and will not get any positive result. Why is it important not to ignore negative emotions and what methods are best to get rid of them? Trying to ignore uncomfortable feelings leads to anxiety and loss of emotional balance. Also, the accumulation of negativity is a direct path to a nervous breakdown. Therefore, it is important to respond to stimuli at the point of origin in order to improve your mental state and prevent future conflicts. First of all, realize the importance of negative emotions, which are inextricably linked with thoughts. Then, try to unblock them, comprehend feelings. This will make it possible to find their sources and neutralize the reciprocal adverse effects. A commitment plan should also be drawn up so that the pattern and structure of responding to such emotions is clear. Give preference to small and easy-to-follow steps. In the future, they will help to control feelings in similar situations and not feel bad. How social networks and instant messengers can increase conflicts. Why are provocations on the internet dangerous now? They are easier to succumb to because of the shattered emotional and psychological state. The war is accompanied by a lot of experiences for ordinary Ukrainians, and at the same time there is no way to restore their strength. Since the vast majority of Ukrainians receive information from the internet, which is full of negativity and aggression in the information space, it is easy to unbalance a person. How to respond to painful topics. The most painful is the pain of losing contact with friends and acquaintances, nostalgia for one's own town, drama due to the death of a loved one, the destruction of a house, etc., and in general, sadness for a past life, a feeling of confusion and fear of the future due to the impossibility of planning it. This pain cannot be overcome, but can only be accepted. Try to focus not on the future, which is now extremely unpredictable, but on the present. Try to find value in every present moment, no matter how insignificant it may seem. Concentrate on daily activities, watching the sunset, sports, daily rituals, work. Realize that all this matters, and these moments need to be noticed. What rules or advice on how to behave in the information space during the war would you give? The most important thing is not the amount of information consumed, but its quality. Important news is best tracked through official sources. This will allow you to get impartial and undistorted facts. In addition, checking the news through trusted media will quickly refute fakes and not be distracted by false information. To avoid provocations, analyze your motives and opportunities before intervening in an internet dispute. If you see that the interlocutor is reprinting the training manual, that is, repeating popular arguments, you should not waste time on him, because most likely it will not be possible to convince him. Finally, how best to communicate on the internet and not violate the ethics of communication. Treat personal values and try not to violate the personal boundaries of the interlocutor. He or she has the right not to meet your expectations and to have his own point of view. Think of communication as an interesting experience and an opportunity to consider the subject of discussion from a different angle. How to prevent and counter provocations. Simple messenger settings help prevent provocations and the development of conflicts. For example, you can limit who can add you to potentially dangerous or toxic groups. To do this, click the symbol in the form of 3 dots more at the bottom right. Settings Privacy. Click on Control who can add you to groups. Click on My Contacts. In order not to become a victim of provocation during personal contact, you can enable the ability to view and manage requests from unknown users. To configure, click on the symbol in the form of 3 dots advanced at the bottom right. Settings Privacy. Check the box next to Message Requests. If a provocateur distributes illegal content or unacceptable information, then you need to complain about him. To do this, open a group chat. Press for a few seconds on the offending message in the drop-down list. Click Complain. Select the reason for the complaint. Click Complain. Select the reason. Thank you for your time and attention listening to me. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You can also click the bell sign to be informed about new videos. Have a great day.